Hello everyone, myself is Seema Yadav, working as a assistant professor in KJ Somaiya Institute of Engineering and Information Technology. The topic of my discussion is attribute selection measure. Attribute selection measure, it is used for selecting the splitting criteria that will best separate a given data partition D of the class label training tuples into the individual classes, and this attribute selection measure is used in order to create the decision tree in case of classification. If we are going to split D into smaller partition according to the outcomes of the splitting criteria, ideally each partition would be pure. Attribute selection measure is also known as splitting rules, since it is used to determine how the tuples at a given node are to be split. The attribute selection measure also provides the ranking for each of the attributes describing the given training tuples. The attribute which is having the best score for the measure, it is chosen as the splitting attribute for the given tuple. If this splitting attribute is a continuous valued and if we are restricted to binary tree, then either a split point or a splitting subset must be determined as part of the splitting criteria. The tree node which is created for partition D is labeled with the splitting criteria, and the branches are grown for each outcome of the criteria and the tuples are partitioned accordingly. So this we are doing in case of creation of the decision tree. There are mainly three popular attribute selection measures, that is information gain, gain ratio and Gini index. So suppose we consider D as the data partition with the training set of class label tuples, and suppose the class label attributes is having m distinct values, which is defining the m distinct classes. For classes we are considering it as Ci. For I we are considering it as I is ranging from D1 to Dm. Let Ci, D be the set of tuples of class Ci in D, and let mod of D and mod of Ci, D denotes the number of tuples in D and Ci, D respectively. Now we will see the information gain as one of the attribute selection criteria which we are going to use. So, and where it is used actually. So ID3 uses information gain as its attribute selection measure. Suppose we are considering node n, which is used to represent or hold the tuples of partition D. So the attributes with the highest information gain will be chosen as the splitting attribute for node n. The attribute which is selected, it actually minimizes the information needed to classify the tuples in the resulting partition, and it also reflects the impurity in this partition. So if you are using this approach, it actually minimizes the expected number of tests which is required to classify a given tuple, and it also guarantees that a tree which is formed is a simple tree is found. Now we are going to calculate first the expected information which is required to classify a tuple in D partition, and we are going to use this formula, that is information D is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to m p of I log of base to p of I. So here we are considering that pi is the non-zero probability that an arbitrary tuple in data partition D, it belongs to class Ci, and it is estimated by mod of Ci, D upon mod of D. Also, this information D is also known as entropy of D. Suppose we are to partition the tuples in D on some attribute capital A, which is having V distinct values, which is ranging from A1 till AV, and it is actually based on the observation from the training data set which we have. And if attribute A is discrete valued, then these values will correspond directly to the V outcomes of the test on the attribute A. Now, attribute A can be used to split data partition D into V partitions or subset ranging from D1 till DV, where we are considering that Dj contains those tuples in D that have outcome A of j of attribute A, and this partition would correspond to the branches which is grown from node n. So how we are going to say that how much information is still required? So we are going to use this formula, that is equation number 2, that is information A of D is equal to minus summation of j is equal to 1 to V mod of D of j upon mod of D into information of D of j. So in the equation number 2, the term d mod of dj upon d, it is actually acting as the weight of jth partition, and information of A of D is actually the expected information which is required in order to classify a tuple from D based on the partitioning by attribute A. Now the thing is that the smaller the expected information which is still required, the greater will be the purity of the partition. So we can define information gain as the difference between the original information requirement and the new requirement. So what is this original information which is original information requirement? It is actually based on the proportion of the classes, and the new requirement is actually obtained after the partitioning on attribute A. So we can calculate gain of A as the difference between the original information requirement and the new requirement. So this is the equation number 3, where we have calculated the gain of A is equal to information of D minus information of A of D. So from gain of A, we are going to get how much information would be gained by branching on attribute A. So the attribute A with the highest information gain is chosen as the splitting attribute at node n. This is the rule, or this is the concept which we are using in case of the selection of the attribute for the splitting. Or in other words, we can also say that we want to partition on the attribute A that would do the best classification, so that the amount of information which is still required to finish classifying the tuples is minimal, that is minimum information A of D. Now we will take a problem how we can calculate the information gain based on the data set that is shown in the table number 1. This is a data set of all electronic customer data set, where we are having 14 tuples and we are having 4 main attributes, that is age, income, students and credit rating, and the class is bias computer, which is having class label as no and yes. Now based on the data set which is given to us, we are going to calculate the expected information which is needed to classify the tuple in data partition D. So we are going to calculate this by using the formula, that is information of D. So in case of this minus 9 by 14, so 9 is actually the thing, considering that total number of yes class labels are actually 9 from this bias computer class, and 14 is the total number of tuples which we have. So from that we are going to get this minus 9 by 14 base log base to 9 by 14 minus 5 by 14. So this 5 is actually the no tuples having the no class label. So from this data set we can see that we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So from this we are getting this figure, that is 5, and 14 is the total number of tuples. So that is in case of the information D. So after doing this calculation, we are going to get the value 0.940 bits. Similarly, we can find out the information of age on the D. So age is the attribute we are going to consider. For this we have to consider the outcomes of this age attribute. So based on the yes and no values of this particular outcome of the age attribute, we are going to do this calculation. So we will see 5 by 14 into this minus 2 by 5 log base 2, 2.2 by 5 minus 3 by 5 log base 2, 3 by 5. This is actually the part considering that the outcome is age is equal to youth. So total from this data set we are having 5 tuples, which is 5 tuples of age is equal to youth. So that is 5 divided by 14 into the tuples which is having number of tuples which is having yes class, that will be considered first, and the tuples which is having no class label for age is equal to youth, that will be considered. So the first part is calculated based on that. Similarly, the second part is actually based on the outcome, that is age is equal to middle age, and the third one is based on the outcome, that is senior, age is equal to senior, and considering both the things, that is yes and no class label. So from this we are going to get the calculation as 0.694 bits. So after doing this calculation, we are going to calculate actually the gain in information or information gain from partitioning. So gain of age will be equal to information of D minus information of age on D, that will be equal to 0.246. So similarly we can compute the gain of income attribute as well as student as well as credit rating. So from all these four values information gain values of all these four attributes, that is age, income, student and credit rating, we found that the age has the highest information gain. So we are going to consider age as the splitting attribute, and the node n will be labeled as age, and the branches are grown for each of the attribute values. So this is the resultant figure which we will get based on the attribute selection criteria. Okay, so in this we are having the root node, that is age, which is having three outcomes, that is youth, middle age and senior, and these are the tables or these are the tuple which is belonging to the youth category. Similarly for middle age, this is the number of tuples that belongs to age is equal to middle age, and this branch is senior. So these are the tuples which belongs to age category, that is senior. So based on the information gain, considering that the information gain of age attribute is higher than the other attributes, we have found this decision tree, part of the decision tree. That's all in this lecture. We will see other attribute selection measures in the next lecture. Thank you.